Yeah, I'm Pam DeYoung and I own Let's Go That Way Travel. And I started my business 2010, very part-time. Um, After realizing I missed being in the travel industry. Uh, Long story, worked at Rail Europe, so I know trains in and out, and realized that a lot of travelers don't. Haven't helped the person who asked me about London because I'll go on. Anyway, so opened my doors part time when an ill-fitting full-time job ended in 2018, and I wasn't in the least bit sad. I'm like, let's try this. So it's been gung ho ever since. I recall my first conversations with Katie. Just she was just asking about, what systems do you use? What are your pain points? What would make it better? And in my head, I'm like, how much time do you have? Because in the travel advisor world, there are so many disparate systems, and each has their pros and cons. But yeah, my first interactions with Katie were just very, I got the feeling that she was gathering the status quo, like truly getting a snapshot of what life is like for us right now. And in my head, I was like, I think they're going to make this better. My first impressions I think in every webinar, like, here's what we're rolling out in the little chat thing on the side, y'all will say something, and my reaction is just, dude, that's all I can say. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching the product evolve, and astounding given the history of this industry. Astounding to see our input put into place. Like I said, this would be helpful, and a week later, there it is. Dude, it's just, yeah. You, there's a roller coaster at Universal Studios Orlando called the Hulk, and it's different because most roller coasters take you up tick, 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 and then they go. The Hulk launches you at the speed, like literally the G-forces apparently are similar to being launched in F-16. I feel like that's what we're dealing with here, is others are like tick, 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 and y'all are just pew. So, but I don't feel like the speed comes at the expense of functionality. I know there's a lot of little nuances, in terms of, let's see how we treat this real estate or this font or whatever, that if I was really getting into the nitty-gritty, I might have feedback. But to say, I'd like this feature, this would be helpful, and then sometimes literally a week or maybe a month later, it's in place and ready for me to use, that doesn't happen in this industry. And that's one of the things that kept me engaged almost from the beginning, was here's a group of people who are looking to create a tool for this industry, and these people aren't in this industry. And I've heard some mutterings in, other groups or whatever, well, they're not even from the travel industry. I'm like, that's the beauty of it. They don't have any notions of, well, this is how this GDS has been doing it since 1957. So, and you laugh, but I feel like that's not really an exaggeration. So it's been a lot of fun just seeing you guys soak in all of our feedback and turn it into something that's going to make our lives infinitely better. I think for somebody who's considering Tern, first of all, if you have the means, sign up and lock yourself into whatever pricing is available now, because it's valuable even if you're not using it as your one and only, but it's going to be your one and only. And so the earlier you can lock in your pricing, the happier you'll be. But it's already, as as you guys build different components to it, I'm able to release other subscriptions that I'm paying for, and that's a little bit awesome. I really want to get in, build out my library, build out some headers so that I am ready to go when wave season starts. I'm super excited for how this is going to change how wave season goes, because proposals and letting the client say, I want that one, it's so much easier than it was a year ago. So the big whiz bang wow presentation is you can pull in a cruise and it fills in, the itinerary and the description of the cruise line and et cetera, and that's awesome. But I've been using it as well to help me find the right cruises to present, which, I mean, I can't even tell you. That's previously I would go to, there's a site that, will pull in the cruise listings, but then I've got to go and figure out pricing, blah, blah, blah. My host agency has a tool that will bring me the cruises, but the pricing is so wonky. And so to be able to go in and say, hey, I know I want a cruise that leaves from Miami for these dates, and to have it go, did you mean one of these? And I go, that one looks good. Tell me about that one. It's like, well, it's these ports. Awesome. Let's put that in the proposal. Bada bing, bada boom. I mean, that's right now, that's my favorite feature, I think.